This is that though, the tripod food. Can you drop that mic? This one? Okay. Anyone not ready? Gonna roll? Okay. It's gonna go. I'll just kick it off. Obviously, Manny's gonna have his first session here.
Yeah, Manny should be
from all over the world po yan.
Guys, just keep it down!
Is he back to his best Manny, the Manny of say the early 2010?
He showed me signs of that Manny and sparring and this training camp. It's the first time we've had 2 knockouts in training camp. We haven't had that in about maybe 6 years, and that's been I've been waiting for that for a while now. And so he's a lot more explosive than usual. And you know, Manny at one time was just he was a real puncher and a gunner and so forth. And then he decided that he didn't want to hurt people and just winning decision was enough. And I think he's realized that he needs more than that to get the big fights.
Is that because he's taking on such young guys? Is that sort of spurring on of it to really train after this?
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, one thing about Manny, training is always 100%. It doesn't matter who he's fighting you, he trains the same way. I mean, Manny is a dedicated guy, his work ethic is great, and that's always been very, very good, of course. He's never not over 100% going into the ring for a fight. So, you know, I expect him at his best in this fight, and he's looking good in sparring, he's very explosive, and I'm looking for a big win here. I mean, I want to go on to bigger and better things.
Looking for a knockout here, Frank?
I've been looking for a knockout for a long time now. We haven't had one, so that's why I can't make any predictions. But I'm right now, but I used to at one time, but that was a different time back then. But the thing is that he's showing signs of that old Manny. He's singing, dancing, Shakira's back. He's one of his favorite singers, I guess. But it's good to see. I mean, he's very playful. He's a good guy to work for, and he is one of the best guys in the world to work for. He's a great person.
Freddie, say looking for bigger and better things. Is Jeff Horn just a bump in the road? Is he serious?
No, he's not a bump in the road. I mean, the thing is, he can derail us really badly. I mean, you know, Manny's like, I think, in a must-win situation. He wants a rematch with Mayweather. I mean, to get Mayweather, you have to look good against Jeff Horn. He has to look good. I mean, he has to be impressive. I mean, he has to, again. So we're back on, I think in America the fight's on ESPN, which is big, and I think it's a good way to get his pay-per-view audience back. And this is the key fight for it right now. There's a lot riding on this fight, and I feel Manny has to look really good in this fight. And the way training camp went, I think he will.
Freddie, Manny's done all this big build-up, big fights so many times. It's all new for Jeff. How big an advantage is that for your fighter come Sunday?
You know, fighters, once they get in the ring, the bell rings and so forth, the audience seems to go away a little bit, and you know, you don't fight for the audience, you fight for yourself. And I'm sure he's past that right now. But the thing is, one thing about Manny, though, he loves audiences and he loves people. And he'll be smiling, he'll be happy. Going into the ring, he's, you know, he likes what he does. He knows what he does best. And, you know, I know he's a senator now, and I'm very proud of him on that end of it. But boxing is what I'm interested in, and that's what he's best at. And that's why he's so popular in the Philippines. He's a good person, but the thing is, he's a great fighter.
Freddie, you've been in the corner of so many champions. What's the secret to success?
Work ethic, work hard. Manny Pacquiao is a great role model for any fighter in the world as far as that goes. His work ethic is tremendous. We average over 50 rounds a day in most workouts. Right now we're starting to cut back as the fights get close and so forth, and we have to save it for the fight, of course. But on an average day with Manny Pacquiao, 50 rounds is the average day for him, and then running in the mornings, hardly ever miss. Once in a while, the rain's out, or I do tell him he won't melt in the rain, but he still doesn't like to run in the rain for some reason.
Freddie, what about Jeff Horn? Obviously done a lot of study on him. Where do you see his strengths?
You know, he's a good puncher. He's got a very good right hand. He can be aggressive. We've had sparring partners that are aggressive. We've had sparring partners that are moving. There's a couple of tapes they let out where Jeff is training and he's kind of moving back the whole time and so forth. I think that was specially made for us to maybe try to throw us off track. But whatever he brings, we're ready for, though. And the thing is, I think he's going to start quick. If I was him, that's what I would do. So that's what I think. I'm going to warm Manny up really good and get ready for the first round, because I think it's going to be an explosion right away. I think he realizes that he's in a good spot for a world championship. I mean, not everybody in the world fights for world titles. I never had a chance to fight a world title. I fought a couple of champions, yes, but I never fought for a world title. And like every fighter in the world dreams of this happening. He wants this to happen. And I'm sure he's taken advantage of it. And I think I expect him to be better than ever in this fight. But I think that's what I have to be ready for.
What about flaws, Freddie? What flaws do you see in Jeff Horn?
He makes some flaws. He's a little basic mistakes and so forth that we can take advantage of. But I mean, he's a solid guy. He comes out and he likes to fight, and he's looked really good in his last 3 fights. He has 3 knockouts in a row, and you know, before that he's just a learning process and so forth. But he looks like he's getting more comfortable in the ring. And, you know, we got the school teacher and the senator. I mean, it's
Very unusual.
very unusual, yes. But, go ahead.
Freddie, as we all know, there's a lot of sharks in the boxing waters, and 2 of those sharks go by the name of Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. If things go the way you want on Sunday with Manny's fight, will you be looking at fighting one of those 2 boys soon?
Errol Spence, I got a chance to work with when I was working with the U.S. Olympic team, and he was like one of the best guys on that team, and one of the hardest workers also. And Spence I like a lot. And Thurman, he was a little disappointed in his last fight to me. He started well, but I don't think he ended too well in that fight. I think he could have done better. But yes, we're looking for fights like that. Mikey Garcia, his brother, came to my gym and challenged Manny to a fight and asked me if I would take it. I said I would take it, yes, but I'm not the one that makes decisions like that. So,
That's right.
You know,
With that Errol Spence, he's got the ability a lot of boxers don't, and I'm sure you picked up on it. He varies the speed of his punches during combinations. He's not one pace. He can throw 2 or 3 quick, then measure that shot, and then go quick again.
Yeah, Spence is a very, very good fighter, and you know, if a fight like that comes about, I mean, I don't think we would say no to that fight, but it is a tough fight, and but he's a very good prospect. He's young, coming up, and but Mikey Garcia is a good prospect also. I like that fight, and you know, but again, Manny wants a rematch with Mayweather, and that's the goal for now. But the thing is, if that happens, it happens. If not, you know, so he's fighting a UFC fighter now, and I don't know how that's going to go, because I don't really think that the sports mix that well. Who, depending on which rules you go by, I think that will dictate the winner of most fights. I mean, because I don't think that Mayweather knows how to wrestle that well.
Thank you, Freddie.
Freddie, do you feel like Manny is going to test Jeff Horn's power early in the fight like he did with Cotto?
Possibly, yeah. I've seen a lot of Manny, and I remember we're fighting Cotto. Boo Boy's in the corner. Boo Boy's crying. Manny's on the ropes, and I'm pissed off. And I said, Manny, Boo Boy, why are you crying? He says, because you told him not to go to the ropes. And then Manny came back, and I says, Manny, I told you not to go on the ropes. He says, I want to see how hard he is. I said, can he hurt you? He said, no. I said, okay, the fight's over, go get him. So it was, Manny, he does that. I mean, the thing is, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, he will go to the ropes and test somebody's power. And so far, he's had good success with that.
Freddie, this fight's had some critics, but should Manny get some plaudits for bringing a fight like this here? This is a massive deal for this country and boxing in this country, and it's fantastic for the sport down here.
It is great for the sport and great for the country, I think, and this is one of the nicest places I've ever been. A lot of my people are talking about moving here already, and one of my friends from Top Rank, she's in love with the place and she don't want to go home. It's a very engaging place. You have a great place, a great city, and we're going to perform in front of a large audience. And again, Manny, I always said there's no audience too big for Manny Pacquiao. He loves to fight for people, and this would be a dream. This is a dream fight for him. I mean, 50,000 people. It's going to be great. I mean, however the fight goes, the horn comes out and maybe it has eyes upset, but. That's not what we came here for. We came here to win. We came here to be dominant. And Manny, again, we're going to be at our best. And I think Manny's going to have a great night.
Coach, if Manny wins on points, will you be happy or disappointed?
Depending on how the fight goes, of course, as long as it's a really exciting fight. Because one thing about Manny, he does want to please the people. I mean, he's an entertainer, and that's what he is, and that's what he knows that he has to do, and he wants to entertain the whole world. And I think he realized now that entertaining people in boxing is usually it's better with knockouts. I mean, the thing is to me, I think every fight should end. If I want to watch a fight, I love to see knockouts, and I mean, there's nothing savage about it. It's just part of the sport.
Freddie, is this fight for the fight in 2022? The bigger fight? Is this fight for the preparation for 2022? The elections, presidential election.
I'm not into politics at all. I don't vote in America, so but I would vote for Manny if I was a Filipino citizen, because he's my friend. But I have, this is outside of politics completely. I still say this is what Manny does best, and this is why he's where he's at. Because if it wasn't for boxing, I don't think he might be our future president. Maybe future president, but I'm not sure.
But we're disappointed that Floyd took the McGregor fight and didn't want to fight Pacquiao again.
No, I'm not disappointed. It's part of life, and I think they're trying to put that together to make some money, and maybe eventually he'll come to the table. Mayweather has came to my gym twice now, and unusual visits. Unusual that he's a really nice guy. No bullshit at all, no cameras, no nothing. Nice guy, asked me if he can watch sparring and so forth. And you want to talk about Manny or anything like that? No, just he just wanted to see the gym. And he said, I might franchise gyms around the world, right? Okay, So I don't really know what he's up to, but if he does come to visit a couple times, it's surprising. And he's not a bad guy, 1-on-1. Give the TV camera, maybe that'll change. He likes to, you can sell tickets, but I don't think, again, there's a lot of other fights out there also for Manny. There's a lot of good fights in that division. Between 40 and 47, there's a lot of competition right now, and but right now we have one in front of us, and that's what's in our way. I mean, the thing is, we have to win this fight. It's a crucial fight for us, and I think we need to look good in this fight to get the bigger names interested. Yes, with a big crowd like this, Manny wants, he wants to make every person in that crowd happy. So I look forward to it, and so we'll see.
What do you think about Jeff? What it's going to do for Jeff as a fighter, being a part of an event like this, when this is the biggest fight of his career so far? What will it do for him, fights going forward?
Well, it's depending on how the fight goes, it should put him in a very good position to fight bigger fights like maybe bigger fights here, and he has nothing to lose. I mean, he's in a very good situation. I mean, the thing is, anyone can go out there and maybe get lucky. You never know. But the thing is, we haven't underestimated him. We are 100% ready for him, and we trained really hard for this fight. So I don't think he'll beat Manny. But the thing is, again, he's in a very good position to help himself and to help his country.
Freddie, what if Manny wins with his struggles?
If he wins and struggles, we might have to think about calling it a day. He's had quite a few fights. We're getting close to the end, I know. I think he has maybe a couple more fights in him after this one, but if he struggles in this fight, yeah, it could be over.
Freddie,
Okay, last couple,
Freddie, if Jeff wins this, do you think Manny would retire? Would you encourage him to?
Depending on how he lost it, yes, I would probably encourage him to retire, yes.
On that note, all good?
I got one more question.
Okay.
Freddie, I don't hear you very often saying however the match goes, and I remember a few months back you mentioned, expressed a little bit of disappointment during one of the training sessions of Manny. Has much changed since then?
Yes. Yeah, it completely changed. The beginning of training camp was in Manila, and Manny is working as a senator in Manila, so he's working 2 jobs and so forth, and the camp wasn't going so well when we were there. But then when he got off, when the Senate let him go, and we went to General Santos, and everything was just boxing, the whole camp changed completely. And that's when we got a couple knockdowns and sparring and so forth with one of our Mexican sparring partners. We brought in 3 sparring partners, one from here, one from Sydney, one from Mexico, and one from the Philippines. And they all worked really well, but they all took their shots too. We had a very good training camp. The beginning of camp was a little shaky, yes, because he was, I think, doing too much. And having 2 jobs to do is very difficult. Boxing is a very, very difficult, hard sport. So, but once we went to General Santos, everything was fine.
Okay.
Thanks, Freddie.
Freddie, got a few one-on-ones for us. Right?
Yeah.